Hi everybody, Jason Ryan here. What's going on? How are things going? Hopefully everybody's doing fantastic. So today's little snippet is all about preparation. How do I prepare for my shots? So even with a very complicated camera move type shot, how do you prepare for something like that? You can't just run out and start to shoot live action reference, especially if it's something that's very cartoony. And I want this character to come sneaking out from behind this flower canister and then start to run across here, anticipate there, jump, right? Jump through the air, land on this sort of like doorknob type thing, swing around here, and then land on this sort of countertop ledge right here. And then he's going to start to pull himself up and then go ahead and look behind him, see if the coast is clear, and then run off. What I'll start to do is start to draw out my character, right? So I've got my pencil here and I start to work out the actual poses. So I know I want him to start to sneak out here. So he'll probably looking back this way, I imagine, you know, so I might just kind of erase that there, start to look back, you know, with a kind of a worried look on his face, you know, and then he'll start to come into a pose like this. Maybe we can push that pose just a little bit further. Let me just go over here. So from there, maybe I'll go a little bit further from after that point, you know, maybe we can stretch him over a little bit just so he feels like he goes past that pose. Okay. And leave his hand sort of right there, like as if he's holding on to the flower canister. Right? And then he's going to start to run, right? So I want him to sort of look this way, and then maybe he'll do like a little bit of a jump and then start to run across here. So again, just kind of very rough drawings. Don't get possessive over the drawings. Try to keep them as simple as possible. Anticipate, really pushing these arms back here, right? Get a nice reversal on the body. Like really as simple as possible. Like I say, like this, the shorthand for this is basically just that, right? You know, and then you got your legs, you know, and your arms are back, right? So like in here, I'm keeping the elbows sort of back this way and the wrists are bent that way, you know, so I'm just trying to keep them as simple as possible. I'm trying to keep a little bit of a silhouette right here, you know, and then when I go into Maya, then I know what this pose is, and then I try to use this as sort of a reference and then push it further, you know, almost like getting it, you know, better than my drawing, right? Or using this as inspiration and then pushing the CG model into this so that I can actually kind of use it as a kind of a cleanup tool, right? And then jump right through the air. Then he's going to land on here. Then it might be a little bit of a compression here, and then swing around. So I'm getting like this nice overlap on the body and the tail. Swing around the doorknob and then push off here, right? And then come across and then land on this counter. Now I imagine like in here, what I'd probably do is like get him to go on a little bit of a further arc right here. So what I could do is just kind of grab these guys, right? Just like this, copy, paste, and then bring them up a little bit higher, right? Maybe to there, right? Again here, just go ahead and grab it, copy, paste, bring it up a little bit higher, bring them a little bit further over, right? And then again, cut, paste. So I can push that pose a little bit further. And then once I get into CG, maybe I can push the camera move in even a little further on this section, you know, because, you know, we're coming up with this stuff from scratch, right? So we can do whatever we need, right? And then land here, get a little compression, and then he's going to start to scramble up and then look this way and then run off, right? So like within sort of, I would say like this probably took me about an hour to do, rather than trying to do this with an actual character in CG in Maya. Like I would still be on my first pose, right? Just trying to get like this pose up against a flower canister, right? But when I'm starting to work out like in this sort of efficient way, I can come up with ideas and I'm not possessive over them. And I can change them really quickly. I can just get an overall timing, and then I can go ahead, show this to the director, and then use the images as a sort of a talking tool, right? So let's have a look. Run, jump, wee, poof, lands, turns around, and then off he goes.